How's it going?
I wanted to call to like admit something.
All right, besties, we are back with yet another Catfish episode, one that really pissed both Nev and Kamie off to the extreme, okay? Before we get into the video, yes, have a little commotion for the hair because she's about to be gone. We're about to lay her to rest for the moment. I think it's beautiful. I loved having it. I loved the switch up. I am sick of doing my hair every single day. And I know you're gonna ask about the necklace. The necklace is from a piercer who I go to in Toronto. Their name is Tyne, Show Pony Piercings on Instagram, and I will leave a link to that down in the description because I know y'all are gonna ask. So let's give you a close-up of that. It's a custom charm necklace that I had them curate, and I really like it. I think it's really cute. I feel like it's kind of hard to see just because of the light and the reflection, but yes, it's beautiful. I'm a big fan of her. And if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, you need to go do that because yes, I did get a new tattoo. I did. It's not gonna focus. There we go. I did in fact get a new tattoo. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that already. So I don't know what you're doing. Pause the video right now. Go follow me on Instagram because I'm about to get back into it. I told you that was one of my goals for 2025 was getting back posting consistently, regularly, being comfortable with that. And we're about to do it. But enough about me, enough about me. Y'all only come here a little bit for me. Mostly for me, and I appreciate you for that. But let's get into the absolute mess that is season 7, episode 33, Kaden and Adriana. So we are finally back with Kamie for this very messy Catfish episode. This is one of the first episodes that Kamie co-hosted before she became a permanent spot. I say permanent, she's gone now, but before she got that Catfish contract, she secured the bag. Season 7 was so messy in an insane, sort of unbelievable kind of way, and I think part of that has to do with the fact that they didn't have a permanent co-host yet. I think this is when they were kind of testing people out, and Kamie did a great job. People love Kamie. I love Kamie. But anyways, let's get into the episode. So we jump right into an email from 19-year-old Kaden who lives in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, I might just have to apologize to the person who left a comment a couple videos ago and they asked, is there anywhere that's not a Catfish hotspot? And I said Utah.
Are you not embarrassed?
Maybe I was wrong. That never happens, but maybe. But Kaden says that he has been talking to 19-year-old Adriana from Hawaii for the past 3 years, but things have gotten weird in the past few months, and he says he needs to get to the bottom of it. Kaden says that he and Adriana actually met on a cruise when he was 16, and they've been talking ever since. Kamie says, hold the phone. Hold up. What show is this? What show is this? Because if you've already met, then why are we here? What's going on? What are we doing?
What? Wait a second. What show is this?
He says that Adriana is his dream girl, and after the cruise ended, they spoke on Instagram every single day, but they've only video chatted once. Recently, Adriana changed her number, but she would never answer his calls. She would just message him on Snapchat. Red flag if you ask me. Y'all know how I feel about Snapchat. He tried to video call her multiple times, but she said her camera broke. Sounds like a classic Catfish excuse if you ask me. Nobody asked me though, so we'll move on. This whole situation is quite confusing because they have met in person before, and Nev makes a point of saying that this is a Catfish first, something he says any opportunity he gets. They speculate a little bit about what's going on before hopping on a call with Kaden. He talks about how much he likes Adriana, and Nev asks the juicy questions about the cruise. He said, did y'all get down and dirty? Did you get busy? Kaden says they didn't kiss. They hold hands and they cuddled a little bit. It was pretty innocent, but it made him really like her. After they went their separate ways when the cruise ended, they went back home, they spoke on Instagram, and now they almost exclusively speak on Snapchat, which to me is very sketchy, especially because with Snapchat, those messages can disappear and it can be like you never talk to that person. So it's like either this is a catfish or this girl has something to hide. I just saw a big bee outside of my window. Girl, you better not try and come in my house. Anyways. Adriana says that they speak almost exclusively on Snapchat because she got a new phone number.
If 2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10, okay. What the fuck is this?
That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Adriana gives him constant excuses as to why they can't talk on the phone or video chat or even attempt to meet up. And he basically says that he just accepts any excuse that she throws his way because he's head over heels in love. However, while Adriana's talking about my camera's broken, I can't talk to you, blah, 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 we can't do this, she's consistently posting on Instagram with quote unquote professional pictures because she is Insta famous, according to Kaden, with over 20,000 followers. But despite this, They no longer speak on Instagram.
Something's going on.
It's all just weird. It's giving a very weird vibe. I don't like the vibe so far. The whole situation's weird. But Kamie summarizes her thoughts very eloquently by saying that she hopes it's Adriana and she hopes that they get to go to Hawaii.
Well, I hope it's her and I hope we get to go to Hawaii.
Nev says if they do meet her, it'll likely be on Valentine's Day, so then Kaden will have to kiss her.
Wow. Guru Nev.
And Nev finds some weird roundabout way to equate this situation to The Little Mermaid.
What?
Which makes me question if he ever actually watched The Little Mermaid, but that's neither here nor there. As they're about to say their goodbyes, Kaden lets us know that his mom actually kicked him out of the house because he's going on Catfish, because he's going on national TV. She did not want him to do that.
My mom didn't want me to go on national TV. She kicked me out for that reason.
Now this to me is pretty heartbreaking. It's pretty devastating for a parent to kick out their child who is clearly not ready to leave home because they made a choice that they don't agree with. If it was something like, I don't know, he robbed somebody, he, severely injured somebody, then I can understand yeah, you need to go. But for him wanting to go on reality TV and find out basically what's been going on with this girl that he's head over heels in love with and is ready to move his whole life for, it just doesn't seem like a fair reason to kick somebody out. And I don't really like that. So this did really make me feel bad for him. Kamie is shocked, and Kaden doesn't take it super seriously, and he says you miss 100% of the shots you never take, that Wayne Gretzky quote. And Kamie says, yeah, but you also miss your bed if you can't come home.
Miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, but you also miss your bed if you can't come home.
Damn. Damn. Moments like this, and moments like this throughout this episode in particular, make me realize just how absolutely perfect she was for the show. They then say their goodbyes and they head out to meet Kaden in Utah. Oh yeah, but he told them that stuff about not living at home because when they meet up with him, it's gonna be at a friend's house. That was why I forgot to mention that. Anyways, the next day they meet Kaden at a cafe nearby. Nev gets a handshake, but Kamie gets a hug, and I know that's right.
What's up, man?
Yep.
How you doing?
Kamie, how you doing? You too.
I know that's right. I feel like Kamie gives really good hugs and she probably smells real good. Me and her got that in common. But Kaden then recaps once again this whole situation with his knees fully exposed, okay? Just everywhere. You could see him. Nakedness everywhere. Now, why would I say that just because this boy's knees are out? So unserious sometimes, I swear. He says that he is fully in love with Adriana, and he says that being in love with her makes food taste better and it makes colors look brighter, to which Kamie responds, damn.
Thinking about her makes food taste better and colors look brighter.
Damn.
Something about saying it that way is so funny to me. I just love it. But Kaden then tells us that when Adriana got a new number, she actually sent him the new number on Instagram. He saved it and then she unsent it. He says that he calls the number and she never answers and she doesn't have a voicemail either, which is very weird. Again, I've been saying this since the beginning. It's very weird. There's very sus stuff going on right here, right now. We then see her Instagram and Nev says that she is very pretty and Kamie says, of course you've liked every single photo. Shady, but my man better like every single photo to fuck. But Nev then scrolls through their Instagram DMs and we see that they do talk a lot. We then go to their saved Snapchat messages and right away we see some classic Catfish behavior. Adriana sent a picture of her friend and asked if Kaden thought the friend was cute.
Wait a second, this is weird. She said, this is a friend. Do you think she's cute?
Kaden says probably to someone, but not me.
Allegedly.
Good answer, first of all. Adriana then says that her friend saw his Instagram and thought he was cute.
So I am confusion.
Something's not right here. Something's not right here. It's very weird. It's very sus. I personally, even at age 19, would have not sent a picture of my friend to my man and asked if my man thought she was cute. Why am I asking my man if he's attracted to my friend? That's weird. It's opening an unnecessary can of worms. Second of all, okay, this is fourth, but second of all, if my friend said my man was cute in a flirtatious kind of way and was like, yeah, let him know, I would be ready to open up a can of whoop ass. Yeah. Yeah. But on a side note, this is also something we have seen other catfish do as a way to reveal themselves or kind of gauge what the reaction would have been if they were ready to come clean, or more likely if they're about to get caught.
That's such a catfish move. Sending a picture of yourself to see if the person you're catfishing would find the real you attractive.
But it feels like, to me, in this situation at least, Adriana is attempting to pawn Kaden off on her bestie, which just makes it all extra weird, right? It's all weird. I don't know how else to say it. The situation is weird. One thing I did notice is that Kaden had previously sent a message to Adriana talking about what seems to be some sort of court case. So while he said his mom kicked him out because he went on the show, I'm wondering if there are other reasons, like if he maybe is getting in trouble, in some sort of legal trouble, and then he also wanted to go on the reality TV show. So this just makes me question if Kaden is a reliable storyteller, if he is a reliable narrator, if you can trust what he's saying, or if he's going to kind of try and make himself look good and hide some of the truth. But our hosts then head out to get the investigation started. They start by going to Adriana's Instagram, and she doesn't take a lot of pictures with other people, but they do find someone named Mary who comments on damn near every picture. So they send Mary a message asking her to reach out, get in contact with us, basically, what the f going on here. They then send one of her tagged Instagram photographers a message asking him to also reach out. And after a bit more sleuthing, they see that Adriana has posted a picture with the quote-unquote friend that found Kaden cute.
Yes, that's the girl Adriana sent to Kaden. She's like, what do you think of this girl? She thinks you're cute.
Her name is Leisha, so they also send her a message asking to reach out. While Nev is talking to Kamie about the situation, he gets interrupted by a call from Mary. She says that she is not surprised to hear from them, and she says that Adriana is totally the friend who would be on Catfish. Now, what the hell is that supposed to mean? This could be taken two ways. Either one, I'm so pretty people want to use my pictures and I would be on Catfish, or two, I'm a catfish. Either way, I'm not liking what this friend is putting down. Again, not giving good vibes. Mary says that Adriana has a history of drama in her life.
She does have a history of drama in her life.
Right.
But only claims to have known her as coworkers at Green Flash Coffee in Kailua, Kona, Hawaii for a few months. There's this bee that's trying to get in my house. I ain't got nothing for you, girl. Fly away. Anyways. Mary also says that she knows Leisha or Alicia, the friend from the picture. And Mary says that Adriana has never mentioned Kaden. So it's not looking good at all. They hop off the call and they decide to run Adriana's newest phone number. It comes back without a name, but it does say that it belongs to someone who lives in Kona, Hawaii, which it's looking like Kamie's about to get her wish. They're about to go to Hawaii. We then get a call from Alicia. She says that Adriana is a really good friend of hers, but she has never heard of Kaden before. So again, it's not looking good, brother. Eve says, oh, that's very interesting because apparently you want Kaden and you told Adriana that. And Leisha says, oh, I wasn't aware of this.
Oh, I wasn't aware of this?
What?
What the is going on? You weren't aware you found someone attractive? I'm always aware of that. Especially if it's my friend's man, which has never happened. But if it did, I'm sure I would remember that.
I said self? Wait a minute.
Something about this response is very weird. It's very sus. It's like she's not trying to be completely honest. But Kamie just skips the BS and she says that this is going to sound like a very weird question, but are you impersonating Adriana?
Are you impersonating Adriana? You can be honest with us.
She says, no, me and Adriana are two very different people.
No, me and Adriana are two very different people.
Okay, here's the thing. You said all those words and you still didn't answer the question. Kamie does not believe this girl, but Leisha claims to be just as confused as they are before hopping off the call. I'm not believing it. I'm not buying anything she's selling personally. The investigation has yielded no results, and yet they still head to Kaden's friend's place to tell him what they found anyways, even though they didn't really find anything. They tell him the few things that they were able to find by simply looking at her Instagram, and they are actually interrupted by a call from Alicia. She says that she's calling to admit that for the past few months, she has actually been talking to Kaden.
For the past couple months, it was me that he was talking to.
A lying liar who lies. What? I'm still not buying it. We're still not buying it. I don't believe you. Again, I'm not buying whatever she's selling. I think after she spoke to them, she called Adriana, and for whatever reason, Adriana convinced her to take the fall for this mess. I don't understand why you would do that. Very weird to me, but that's what I think is going on. Leisha claims that she looked at Adriana's page, she saw Kaden, she thought he was cute, and asked Adriana if it would be okay to talk to him on her account, and Adriana agreed. She claims it went on longer than expected, and she didn't know how to come clean.
Expected it to, and I didn't know how to say that it wasn't her.
Yeah, I'm not buying this for a second. You're telling me your friend with over 20,000 followers on Instagram let you use her account to catfish someone that she had met in real life?
Make it make sense.
And let him think that he was in a relationship with her so you could talk to him?
What's all this bullshit and shenanigans? What's all these shenanigans?
Violence doesn't solve everything. Violence solves a lot of things, I think, sometimes. Especially in this situation. Do I have stupid written across my forehead? Because that's the only way I will believe that. Kamie cuts her off and says, yeah, I'm calling bullshit, which thank God. Thank God. Kamie says, earlier you said you were telling the truth. Leisha says, why would I lie? Kamie said, you lied a couple hours ago.
Are you telling the truth now?
Why would I lie?
Because you lied a couple hours ago, girl.
Well, I don't.
Hello? If you've already shown me you're a lying liar who lies, why would I think you're a truther who tells the truth? I'm not, no, we're not, no. But they put her on mute and they have like a little debrief, a little quick conversation about what's going on. And Kamie says she feels like Leisha is lying, which I agree with. I do think she's lying too. And Kaden says he doesn't want to talk to her right now. So Nev then hops back on the phone and says, girl, you have been deceiving us. You have been lying to us. Leisha then says that coming clean is good because now they don't need to come to Hawaii to meet her because they know it's her.
Now you guys don't need to come to Hawaii. He knows it's me now.
I'm all right with white trash, I guess.
I think it's nice.
What? She said you could wrap it up. No, girl. No, it's clear Miss Leisha doesn't know how Nev gets down. He is going to bring the catfish and the catfish victim together face to face almost every time, and multiple times at that, even if it's not good for anybody's best interest, which we've seen time and time again, like the time they brought the stalker and the stalking victim together, and that person later went to jail for a myriad of things, including stalking. But anyways, Nev affirms what I just said by stating that there is a responsibility of Leisha and Adriana to take full accountability and responsibility for what they've done.
I still feel like there is a responsibility, not just on your part, but also on Adriana's part. Like,
that fake apology BS phone call stuff is not gonna work, babe. He says that they're coming to Hawaii and she needs to make time for them, and that's that. Period, poo. She says okay and gets off the phone. Girl. What the hell? Kaden says that he is pissed, but he's also very confused. He looks like he wants to cry, and that makes me feel quite bad for him. Because again, he kind of gave up everything to be on the show to find her. Now, do I think that's a smart decision? No. But he did it, and I feel kind of bad. Because I think in his mind, it's like they were going to be brought together and live happily ever after, especially considering they've already met in person. Nev gives Adriana a call, and then a dude answers.
Hello? Who is this?
He says his name is Michael. Like Michael the photographer, the man that they sent a message to on Instagram yesterday, or earlier that day.
Everybody's so creative.
But as Nev is talking, y'all, Michael has the mandacity to hang up on Nev. Yeah. And Kamie's like, oh, hell nah. The disrespect is crazy. And it is.
well, that was,
the disrespect.
Right?
But also, what the hell is going on right now? Why does Kaden have Michael's phone number and think it's Adriana's? Why would Adriana give him Michael's phone number and tell him that it was hers?
So I am confusion.
Oh my God, the bee keeps like hitting the window trying to get inside. Like forcefully hitting it, like I can hear it. Nev then sends Adriana/Michael a message saying, we're coming to Hawaii, get ready to clear things up. Kamie says that she feels like everyone in Hawaii is in on this.
I feel like everybody in Hawaii is in on this together.
But the way she said it reminds me of like the meme with the guy on the board. I don't know what show that's from, but that meme. Nev says, or the girls are covering for Mike. He throws it out there that Mike likes Kaden, but he's not ready to come out or come out of the closet and be honest. And this makes Kaden physically wince But in Neve's mind, it makes sense because Adriana's number appears to be Michael's. Nev and Kamie agree that the group chat between Leisha, Michael, and Adriana is going crazy right now, but they tell Kaden to get ready for Hawaii and they head out. Nev makes a horrible pun.
This just went from the Love Boat to the Titanic.
But what would a Catfish episode be without a horrible pun from Nev? It might not really feel like a Catfish episode at all. But the next morning, they hop on their flights and they head to Hawaii. They land and decide that they are going to go to the pool if they don't hear from the girls and Michael, and they don't hear from the girls and Michael for the first little while after they land. So they do in fact go to the pool, and Nev is very, very excited to see Kamie in her swimsuit. And then we get a pool montage featuring Nev's hairy chest, which I don't want to see, but some of y'all have explicitly told me that you want to see, so it'll be here. You'll get to see some Nev shots, you pervs. But Nev then calls Max because he is heartbroken that after 7 years of Catfish, they finally made it to Hawaii, but it's without Max. After dilly-dallying all day, they still have not heard from any of the catfishes or the people who we think are the catfishes. Again, we don't really know what's going on yet, but they tell Kaden to text Adriana and he does just that. Nobody gets any response, so they go to bed. So the next day, everyone meets back up and Kaden says that he is anxious, and instead of kind of like comforting him, quelling his concerns, they just call Leisha. All right, y'all. Great talk. We get this very odd memo, like message, after the phone rings a couple of times.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available.
And I personally have never heard that before. Granted, I'm also not American, so maybe y'all hear this, but no answer, right? So then they call Mary and she answers right away. This girl's very dialed in, she's very clocked in. She's given everybody up, okay? She is the William the Baddest of this episode. But Nev quickly fills her in, and she sounds shocked to hear that it's Leisha after all, apparently, allegedly.
Her that had been communicating with Kaden, pretending to be Adriana.
She says that Adriana is actually working at the coffee shop today and gives them the address so that they can pull up on her. They waste no time heading over there to confront this. So they get there and Nev wastes no time scoping it out by himself and leaves Kaden, Kamie, and the cameras in the car to talk. Jesus, that was hard for me to say. But Kamie says that when you know someone is lying, you let them talk because the lies will just unravel themselves. They will up their own story, basically.
Sometimes, especially when people are lying, once they keep talking, the lies just start to unravel themselves.
Which, period queen, we love the intellectual advice that applies in all aspects of life, not just romantic partners. Inside, we can hear Nev talking to Adriana, but we can't see them until they come outside. So Nev comes out alone, and not too long after, someone follows him.
She said she'd come outside.
But we see that it is in fact Adriana, and she has this very fake annoying voice to me. I don't like it. But then her and Kaden walk up to each other and hug, and that's when we hear the annoying voice for the first time. Unfortunately, will not be the last time, okay?
How are you?
It's good. Good to see you.
I know. Good to see you too.
Nev wastes no time getting into all of it, and he brings up what Leisha said to them on the phone and kind of just what's going on with Leisha, or what they think is going on. Adriana says that it's true, Leisha has been talking to Kaden the whole entire time. She then tries to explain a way to kind of justify the situation by saying that it's not weird for Leisha to have access to her account because they're best friends.
She has access to my feed, number one. We're best friends. I mean, it's...
She has access to your account.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody ever said that that was the issue. To be honest with you, I don't think anybody had a problem with her having your account. It's the fact that she's using your account to catfish somebody you know in person and think that he's in a relationship with you for 4 years. I think that's the problem.
Are you delusional?
Are you delusional? But Adriana claims, she says that she had no idea that Leisha had developed a full-on relationship with Kaden. Leisha made it seem like it was a one-time thing, like it wasn't super serious, and she thought that as a good friend, she should just support her.
Didn't know that it got to the extent that it did. It's my friend, I guess I'll support it.
You're stupid, and I don't believe you. Yeah, enabling your friend to catfish somebody is already weirdo behavior, but enabling them and allowing them to catfish as you is a whole other beast. That doesn't make sense. Adriana then claims that Leisha has been talking to Kaden on and off for the past couple years, which is more confusing to me because this means that sometimes he was actually talking to Adriana and sometimes he was talking to Leisha.
What?
So at some point, wouldn't Adriana notice those messages and be like, hey, I'm not talking to him, even though she claims it was a one-time thing? It's not making sense. All of this is happening on your account and you're not noticing?
You stupid.
I'm not buying it. Whatever you're trying to sell is rotten to the core. I don't want that. Ugh. Adriana then says that she and Kaden are good friends. That's it. That's all.
You said you guys were good friends.
Yeah.
She then downplays how they met, and she says that they didn't know each other well enough to have feelings.
We didn't really know each other enough for me to actually feel any type of way.
She makes it clear that she didn't feel anything romantic towards him. She always thought of him as a good friend. Adriana then scoffs when Nev says that Kaden really felt like this was young romance.
Young romance.
I already didn't like this girl, and now I really don't like this girl. Because why are you scoffing?
Quickly.
You're just being rude for no reason. I don't like that. When you're rude for a reason, I can get behind that. I'm the biggest proponent of being rude. I love being rude sometimes when it's deserved, okay? Kaden doesn't deserve this right now. But also, I feel like she's doing a really, really bad job at gaslighting. Something about this situation and this story feels off. It feels like she's still not being honest, and I don't know why you would still lie. But hey, a lying liar is gonna do what a lying liar is gonna do, right, y'all? Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Amen again.
Adriana then says that she has absolutely no recollection of holding hands or being affectionate when they first met.
I have no recollection of holding hands or being affectionate in any way.
And she says she feels absolutely no spark. She felt no spark, she feels no spark now. Kaden then rolls his eyes, and Adriana has this very weird smirk on her face, and it will be on her face for most of the episode, and I don't understand it, and I also don't like it. Nev then basically calls her a liar to her face, but then he realizes what he's done and he tries to walk it back a little bit. He then asks how she had no idea that he had feelings for her and asks if Kaden was making it up or if Adriana is downplaying what was going on. And Adriana says that there was lighthearted flirting on his part, but she didn't reciprocate and then asks him to acknowledge that.
There was lighthearted, flirtatious messages, like I didn't reciprocate. Can you acknowledge that?
Girl, what the f are you talking about right now? What?
Peep squad?
Okay. Kaden then says kinda. But I think that he's just a really shy, timid dude who is hurt right now. And he will say anything to make Adriana happy in this moment. And to kind of take the focus off of him because this is a very uncomfortable, a very uncomfortable situation to be in. To be in.
You should be shot.
But Kamie then jumps in and says it's weird to let your friend catfish someone using your account, especially considering your following. Adriana then says that it's a trust factor, again with this stupid smirk on her face. It's really pissing me off because it feels very snobbish, it feels very superior, and I don't know why you would have a superior attitude when you are in a catfishing scheme scandal. But also, trust factor.
I think it's just the trust factor.
Your homegirl is apparently allegedly pulling a rove and catfishing people using your account, and you want to talk about trust?
Be fucking for real.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Nev then says that he's confused why Adriana isn't more apologetic towards Kaden and empathetic towards Kaden. And Adriana then gives some sort of apology, and she says she didn't clear anything up because Leisha is more of a friend to her, so that's where her loyalties lie.
I do apologize for whatever she had said. Alicia's more of a friend to me, and I felt like that's where my loyalty lies.
We listen and we judge.
Do you want to get beat the fuck up, bitch?
Maybe we just have different definitions of friendship because me personally, I'm not gonna lie for my friend, do all this, let you catfish as me, have a romantic relationship as me, and then be like, yeah, well, I didn't say anything because I'm loyal. No, you're a weirdo. That's what you are. Kamie then asks Adriana if she has a boyfriend, and she says she does.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I do.
And the boyfriend's name is Michael, her photographer. They have been together for 7 months.
Pause.
Okay. It's all clicking. It's all clicking in my brain right now. This girl, this is what I believe. This is what I'm standing on right now, okay? I believe that she was absolutely talking to Kaden all of this time. I think she liked the attention. I think she liked that he really liked her and he seemed to want to do anything for her and would put up with all of the lies and the BS that she was giving him. I think that she was in this relationship while talking to Kaden She tried to get Leisha to take the fall for her so that her relationship is now not in jeopardy, because she technically has not been cheating on him for the entire relationship when she really has been cheating on him for the entire relationship. But if Leisha says that it was her, then what can the boyfriend do? He can't prove that it wasn't. So that's what I think. I think homegirl liked having her cake and eating it too, and she's embarrassed that she now got caught and has to explain the situation. Why is this B trying to get in my house so damn bad? What the hell? But Adriana says that she will put them in contact with Leisha, and then she goes back to work. As soon as she walks away, the trio makes it clear that they feel that something is off, something is not right about the situation, and also that the lack of accountability and responsibility from Adriana is quite alarming. They get back in the car and they head out. They head to go back to the hotel. Kaden again looks like he's going to cry, and I can't say I blame him. This poor boy blew up his whole life. He blew up his whole spot for this girl, and she can't even be honest with him, and she can't even be nice to him at the very least. He has no home because now he went to Catfish for help for a girl who couldn't even be bothered to tell a little smidgen of the truth. She couldn't be bothered to tell the truth at all. She's actually an awful person.
Well, you were thinking it. No, you said it.
That's neither here nor there. As they're heading back to the hotel, they get a message from Leisha. She says that she is ready to put an end to all of this and sends them a park, like a location to the park where they can meet up. They pull up to this absolutely gorgeous beach, but they don't see anybody at first, anybody that looks like they're there for them. We then see a car pull up, but Adriana is in the driver's seat.
Looks like Adriana.
Girl, we just saw you. What is going on?
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Are we gonna get jumped?
So we then see Alicia get out of the passenger seat, and they both walk over to the Catfish crew together. And Adriana says that it's good to see them again. God, girl, it's not good to see you. I wish I never had to see you again, actually. But now after this, I have to edit this. But Leisha says she only has about 10 minutes because she has to head back to work. Aiden wastes no time asking how long she has been texting him. Leisha then says that she has no idea what's going on. She has had no involvement in any of this. She was just doing everything for Adriana.
Whatever situations were going on, I did not know about it. I just was doing it for her.
Y'all, I called that. I mother called that. Adriana's a big fat liar, and Leisha's a weirdo for doing this. But let's get into the rest of it. This is when Nev and Kamie get really pissed off. Leisha says that after she spoke to the show, she called Adriana, and then Adriana told her that she sent a picture of her to Kaden, and that was Adriana's way of saying that she was not interested in Kaden.
You skinny are evil and you need to be destroyed!
Girl.
Cut the cameras.
Bombastic side eye.
The mind games and the mental gymnastics are too much. It's really too much, because if you didn't like him, if you weren't interested in him, why didn't you just say that? Why would you not just say that? You did all of this instead of just telling the boy that you have been flirting with for years that you actually can't be with him because you have an in real life boyfriend and not just an internet boy toy. You just don't want him. You could have just said that, actually. It would have been quite easy. It would have been quite simple. Leisha then says that she was asked to cover for Adriana, so she did. And before Adriana confirms that Kaden does have her real phone number. So it's like you gave the phone to Michael, which there's nothing wrong with that. Your man can pick up your phone number. But I just feel like if I knew that I was cheating on my man, you're not picking up that phone. You're not picking up that phone. Everything about this girl is really irritating me, y'all. It really is, okay? Leisha says that she has never directly communicated with Kaden, and every lie she told was done at Adriana's request and direction. Nev then focuses on Adriana and says, okay, girl, why did you come up with this elaborate lie instead of just being honest about what was going on? Adriana does not answer the question. She just rambles like the buffoon she is. When Kamie's like, girl, we spoke to you 2 minutes ago. Why weren't you just honest then? And she says that she couldn't get a hold of Alicia. So then Kamie cuts her off and absolutely gags her.
I wasn't able to get a hold of Alicia and figure out
if you guys were gonna lie.
Kamie then asks why they didn't just tell the truth. And Adriana's stupid says, that's what we're doing.
Fuck that. Like,
I don't give a that she's dead.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. But Adriana then takes the opportunity to try and relate to Kamie as a woman. And I don't know why she would try and do this, but she does. It's just manipulation to me. It's just everything she does is just manipulation, trying to make herself not look as bad and trying to not take full accountability for what she did. She asks Kamie if she has ever had a friendship or a guy who has like hit on her too much, but you still want to talk to them.
It's hard to like shut that down, but like, hey, do you still want to like talk and stuff?
You stupid.
Me personally, if a man is not respecting my boundaries, I don't want to still talk to you. I'm not going to keep entertaining you unless I like the attention you're giving me, right? But Kamie says, listen here, bum I am nothing like you. I have shut things down multiple times. Period, queen. Period, queen. Adriana then sarcastically says, yeah, all right.
I've done it multiple times.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just telling you it's...
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
Oh, who are you?
But also, I just have to say, the way Adriana is attempting to shift blame and responsibility on everyone but herself is very telling in the worst possible way. She's really trying to make it seem like she set clear boundaries with Kaden and he just didn't respect those boundaries, but that's not at all the case. The boundaries were never set. To our knowledge, at least, no firm boundaries were set. No boundaries were set at all in regard to Adriana saying that she was not romantically interested in Kaden, and I think that's why the carrying on was there. Now, is it possible that Adriana tried to tell him that she wasn't interested and tried to say that she didn't want him and all of those things and just didn't know how to let him down easy? That is possible. However, I just don't believe that that's what's going on. Kamie then says that Kaden's not vocal or honest right now because his feelings are hurt and asks if Adriana can understand that, and she's quiet. Look around, everybody on mute. That's Adriana.
He had real feelings for you. Can you understand that?
Leisha then apologizes for her involvement, and I think this is the first genuine apology we've seen this whole episode. Should have been coming from Adriana, but it didn't. Leisha apologizes for her involvement and says that it wasn't supposed to go this far, and Adriana then jumps in, and I'm thinking, oh, she's finally gonna apologize. No, she takes the opportunity to be a snarky and she says, no, not at all. I mean, I'm not the one who contacted them.
None of it was supposed to go this far.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm not the one that contacted them.
Don't piss me off.
Girl, what? What?
The pressure is getting worse.
She is mad at Kaden for blowing up her spot because homegirl wanted to cheat in peace. That's all this is. She wanted her island boo. She wanted her cruise boo. So how dare cruise boo go and ruin everything? Adriana, you suck. You suck. And not in the good way.
Pause. What?
Nev and Kamie then jump in and say that Adriana doesn't seem to care at all, and she's very cold towards Kaden and the whole situation. She then tries to say that she feels bad, and Nev cuts her off and says, that's not true. That's not true. You don't feel bad, which is fine.
I do feel incredibly bad.
That's not true. You don't feel bad. Which is fine. You don't have to.
I don't think that's fine. I think you should feel bad. But Nev says that up until a couple days ago, he put most of the blame onto Kaden for thinking that this is more than it was. But Adriana has yet to be honest once. She then claps back in a very rude, very condescending way when she says, okay, that's your opinion.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Girl, do not piss me off right now. Don't piss me off. Kamie literally looks like she's biting her tongue so she doesn't cuss this girl clean the out. Leisha can sense the tension growing, so she says she needs to leave. Kaden hugs her goodbye, which is very nice, all things considered. But also, girl, how are you getting back to work? Adriana was your ride.
Side eye.
Adriana is so rude and snarky, and when she asks if anyone else has anything to say and then focuses in on Kaden because she says that he said all of 2 words. Nev and Kamie then walk away to give Adriana and Kaden a minute to talk about everything, but as they are walking away, our baddie duo gets to talking a whole lot of cash money okay? And then I thought, oh yeah, we're gonna get the scene of Kaden and Adriana. No, we're getting the scene of Nev and Kamie talking Kamie whispers, what a
bitch.
Oh, okay, queen. She says that Adriana is not nice, she is not kind, and she questions what the attraction is, what the attraction could possibly be.
What's the attraction?
Nev says that Adriana clearly sees herself as just a cute girl, and she doesn't care about the feelings of others, and she has never even stopped once to consider the feelings of others. Kamie says that it is unfortunate and unbecoming for a young lady. This was a very pageant, a very kind way of calling her an awful person with no real integrity or morals, and I'm here for it, personally.
Not very becoming. as a young lady.
Nev says that he hopes that Kaden stands up for himself, and Kamie says what we are all thinking. I think at this point, it's very unlikely. We then go back to Adriana and Kaden's conversation. Adriana gives one of the worst and most insincere apologies I have ever seen on the show when she says this.
I definitely apologize if I made you feel any specific type of way.
Kaden then apologizes for misinterpreting the situation because he is quote unquote a lame Utah boy, to which Adriana says, yeah, no, for sure. What?
I'm sorry I misinterpreted that, lame Utah boy.
No, yeah, for sure.
This is followed by awkward silence. And after too much of that, they head back over to join Nev and Kamie. Adriana says it was nice to talk one-on-one and they can all walk away feeling a lot better, but no girl, no one is walking away feeling better about this except for you. But they say their goodbyes and they head out. Thank God. This was the most frustrating confrontation and it went on for way too long in my humble opinion. But in the car, Nev asks if Kaden is sure he doesn't want to slash her tires real quick, and Kamie says they definitely can, and I for one, I wish they would have.
Sure you don't want to slash her tires real quick?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But Kaden says that he for sure doesn't want to do that. In our 2-month follow-up, Kaden says that he is doing really, really good. He is moving to California, and he says that he and Adriana have not spoken since Hawaii, which thank God. I hate during these catfish confrontations when the catfish victim gets treated like absolute dog and then they proceed to make amends and be cool with the catfish. Don't do that. When people disrespect you, don't go back to them, especially if they're not even really apologetic. Kamie then says that she didn't like Adriana at all, so she is happy that she is no longer in his life, and we thankfully, thank God, once again, we are not subjected to a follow-up with Adriana because she did not pick up her phone. She ignored all contact attempts, all contact requests. And that's the end of this messy mess of an episode, besties. Besties, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave a little wildlife emoji down in the comments in honor of my new tattoo, but also because Adriana was acting like an animal in the worst possible way. In fact, I think animals might be better behaved than this bitch. But anyways, y'all, I thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you're aware of every single time that I upload. If there's another episode you'd like to see me cover, you can drop it down in the comments below. I'm always taking bestie requests. You can leave them again in the comments, or you can follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram anyways. Do it. Do it. I know you want to see more of me, and I want to see more of you. And I love talking to y'all over there, so make sure to head on over there. Make sure to let me know what your thoughts, feelings, and opinions are down in the comments. I cannot wait to hear it. Kiki, chat, have a good time. Thank you again for being here, besties, and I'll see you in the next video.